Hello, 2020 finally is behind us. And as we turn away from the old year to the new, we faced a choice here at the podcast. What do we do for our first episode for 2021? Do we look back and share some of our most popular shows from the last 12 months? Or we perhaps look forward with a series of insights and perspectives about what we can expect for the next 12? And we thought about how we do that during a week that, depending on where you're based, may already feel like a whole year's gone by just in the last few days. Choices. From our UK hub in the heart of London's financial district, I'm Kyle Hannon, and this is episode 141 of the Go Beyond Disruption podcast. It's brought to you by the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, the unified voice of the AICPA and CIMA. Every week here on the podcast, we share insights from inside the accounting and finance profession that help you stay ahead of the curve, whatever business you're in and wherever you do that business. And while most of the world went back to business where they could at the start of this week, so did we. And that meant we had an episode ready and waiting for our regular Wednesday release. Except we decided to hold that for another week. And that's because with so many unexpected headlines demanding attention this week, especially for our large audiences in the US, the UK, Europe, South Africa, Ireland and Australia, we thought we'd reduce your media load instead and give you a much shorter episode than usual. And talking of that choice, did we look back or forward? Well, the answer to that is we've done both. We've looked back so we could give you something to look forward to. And here's how we've done that. With the weekend here, you might decide to take some extra time from the breaking news headlines and listen to something else. And that's where we hope you'll find that this extra short episode will still bring you some extra value in the long term. If you look at the show notes for this episode, and you'll find that by clicking on the info icon in your podcast app or just by looking through the desktop version of the podcast app you're using, you'll be able to see a list of specially curated playlists, one for each of the main topics that we've been covering since the podcast launched in mid-2018. You'll find dedicated episode lists for cybersecurity, AI, robotic process automation, data analytics, blockchain and cryptocurrency, as well as human intelligence content like leadership and professional development. There's one for each day of the week at least, so whenever you feel like it, take some time and choose the list for the topic that most interests you. Then pick the episode you want. They're all there. All free, all for you. So there you have it. That's it for this week. We'll be back with another episode, a full-length one this time, next week. And you can get that as soon as it's online by subscribing or following us wherever you get your podcasts or your music. Or simply visit gobeyonddisruption.com. That is gobeyonddisruption.com. From the London office of the AICPA and CIMA, I'm Kyle Hannon. Till next time, keep listening and keep safe. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Beyond Disruption, brought to you by the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Learn more about today's topic at AICPA-CIMA.com/disruption. This podcast is designed to provide illustrative information with respect to the subject matter covered and does not represent an official opinion or position of the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates. It is provided with the understanding that the association, its affiliates, and subsidiaries are not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, or other professional services. If such advice or expert assistance is required, the services of a competent professional person should be sought. The association, its subsidiaries, and affiliates make no representations, warranties, or guarantees as to and assume no responsibility for the content or application of the material contained herein and expressly disclaim all liability for such damages arising out of the use of, reference to, or reliance on such material.